How was your Friday? Let me tell you what I did on Friday. Came to work, started writing scripts for Media Buzz about the number of women who have made accusations of sexual misconduct against Donald Trump, which he, of course, vehemently denies as a bunch of horrible lies and is blaming the media for carrying and trumpeting these accounts. And then, just as I was getting ready to go on Happening Now, about 10 minutes before, I get an email and I click to the Washington Post website, and there is a video and a story about a new woman who has a similar allegation back in the 1990s. This woman says she was seated next to Donald Trump at a nightclub, didn't even look at the guy, didn't know who it was. Suddenly she felt a hand up her skirt, this woman says. And by the time that Trump took the stage at a rally a little bit later, he actually referenced this report and added it to his list of denials. And then went back to my desk, and so this is maybe an hour later, and on another channel whose initials are MS, noticed, and Fox later carried it as well, I noticed that there was a woman with Gloria Allred, the celebrity lawyer who often represents women with charges of sexual misconduct or rape or sexual harassment, and she was telling the tale. This is a former celebrity apprentice contestant, how she tried to get a job with Donald Trump, and according to this woman's account, he had tried to kiss her, and he had groped her, and she still tried to get a job, and then he blew her off and all of that. Now, the reason I go through this point by point is the media are just absolutely awash in this stuff. It is utterly dominating the campaign, not just overshadowing, any comparable stories about Hillary Clinton. When I say comparable, I mean WikiLeaks or anything related to her campaign. In fact, she's staying out of the limelight, getting ready for the next debate, and then allowing this Trump story to seize all the headlines. But it's really dominating just about any other kind of news. Now, it's my feeling that if you've got women who are willing to be on the record, on camera, if they provide the names of any friends or neighbors or family members that they confided in at the time to show some corroboration, that these are legitimate stories to pursue in the wake of Trump saying in that Access Hollywood tape that he now dismisses as locker room talk that he groped women, but he says that was an exaggeration. Here are women saying, in my case at least, it was not an exaggeration. At the same time, there is something troubling, to me at least, about all of the relentless attention this is getting and all of the white-hot focus on it, and all the women who have chosen to come forward only in the final weeks. Now, I understand women not wanting to talk at the time. They don't want to be fired. They don't want all the attention. They don't want to be attacked. I'm not questioning their motives in any way. But the fact that so many of them are coming out now on the eve of an election raises fair questions as to whether or not there is, not coordination, because I don't see any evidence of that, but just sort of a piling on effect. And finally, all of this media attention on something that's important, it goes to presidential character, is completely obliterating any discussion of taxes and jobs and health care and terrorism and all things that affect the lives of millions and millions of average Americans. And so I just worry as we pursue this story, legitimate story though it is, and try to find the truth in these disputed incidents, whether or not we have somehow allowed this election to go into the tabloid gutter to a point where what's being debated, Bill Clinton's accusers, Donald Trump's accusers, has increasingly less to do with the problems facing this country.